All right, real quick intro on carbon monoxide and incomplete combustion, because this is the exercise you're going to do here shortly. This may be the most important thing you learn in chemistry. What do we know about carbon monoxide?
Poisonous.
Poisonous. Why is it poisonous? Because they told you. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look a little bit about that. If you look in the news, and this comes up every so often, especially in the winter when people are trying to stay warm, local news, national news, people die because of carbon monoxide, right? They try to heat their house with a barbecue or with some kind of leaky fuel heater or something. And it happens. People get sick, people die. So what is carbon monoxide? Where does it come from? Because not all combustion produces carbon monoxide. So what is carbon monoxide? It's basically, just like the formula says, one carbon, one oxygen, triple bonded. It's got a lot of energy in that bond. Odorless and colorless, and we produce it when we incompletely combust fuels. So this is the part that is going to kind of come into play when we do this, because we have to talk about incomplete versus complete combustion. Okay, how does it work to kill you? It basically binds to your red blood cells, and when your blood comes back and reaches your lungs and you're supposed to exchange carbon dioxide for oxygen, it doesn't let go. So you're basically breathing in carbon monoxide and not able to exchange it back. So slowly you begin to kind of fill up with carbon dioxide. Your cells start to fill up with carbon monoxide. If it was carbon dioxide, you would exchange it for oxygen. So that's how it slowly starts to suffocate you. Slowly meaning a couple hours. So pretty dangerous stuff. And how does it happen? So this is what we call complete combustion. We have a hydrocarbon plus oxygen. We make CO2 plus water. This is the combustion reaction that we learned about in Chem 1. If we don't have enough oxygen, we can't make these. Right? These require oxygen to make. If we don't have enough oxygen, what do we make? We make some carbon dioxide, some water, some carbon monoxide, and just some black carbon. In other words, we just don't have enough of this reactant to make these. So what is black carbon, or C? So this is incomplete combustion. It produces what we call soot, SOT, black carbon. That gets in your lungs. That'll kill you slowly. The carbon monoxide will kill you a lot quicker. Soot is basically just like if you've ever gotten black stuff on your hands from a campfire or something. That's soot. And then carbon monoxide, again, because we don't have enough oxygen in the combustion. So you might want to write this down. Complete combustion, incomplete combustion. The products of incomplete combustion include carbon and carbon monoxide. That's why we don't burn stuff in our house in an enclosed space, because there's not enough oxygen to support that, right? If you do a barbecue outside, plenty of oxygen. Barbecue inside, you start to run out of oxygen pretty quickly, and you start to make these two. So incomplete combustion. So how much is too much? I did a little quick calculation a couple years ago. If you have a room that's about 20 feet by 15 feet with 10-foot ceilings, so think about a decent sized room in your house. That's a pretty big room. That is, let me see what I calculated. That's about 85,000 liters of volume. And you only need 800 parts per million in that. So you don't need a whole lot of CO2 to kill you, or I'm sorry, CO to kill you. That's about 68 liters in this entire room. So that's not a lot of carbon monoxide. It doesn't take very long for that to start to take effect. So product of incomplete combustion, which is if we're going to burn something, you burn it outside, right? Or you burn it with a lot of oxygen. Okay. Any questions on that? I'm not trying to scare you, but all right. So what do we take away from this? Combustion can be complete or incomplete. Complete means you're just making CO2 and water. Incomplete, you have those other two products that produce soot and carbon monoxide. If you combust any fuels, methane, propane, gasoline, alcohols, etc., it's dangerous if you do it with limited oxygen. If you don't have enough oxygen, you end up with carbon and carbon monoxide, in addition to your other products of combustion. And don't run a generator, don't use a grill, Don't do anything, don't burn anything inside that you should be using outside. So that's kind of the safety thing there. All right, any questions about incomplete and complete combustion? All right, so here's what's going to happen. You're going to sit with your lab partner. You're going to look at a complete combustion and incomplete combustion and try to figure out which one's giving you more energy. You're going to use bond enthalpies to figure out which one's going to release more energy. You're going to come up with a delta H for this reaction and a delta H for this reaction. I'll give you the paper, you can do it. Check each other's work, watch the positives and the negatives, and then we'll see what you do. All right, any questions? All right, I'm going to turn this off. And then I'll give you, here we go, head meeting.